Hello, hello, hello there. Welcome to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. I hope your day was good today. Mine was pretty good. No complaints. It doesn't matter if you complain. It doesn't change things. So I just thank God that I'm here. I thank God that I'm able to serve you, and I thank God for you who have supported me in every way. Okay, so I have a twister for you today. So we're going to make baked cornbread with cabbage and potatoes. Yes, I'm going to have it layered up. I'm going to layer the potatoes and then the cabbage and some apricot preserve. You heard me, apricot preserve. And the cornbread on top of that and bake it all together. Now listen, you eat cornbread with cabbage and potatoes, so we're just gonna put it all together. I can't call it a casserole because it really is not a casserole, but it is definitely a twist, okay? Alright, so let's see how we're gonna do this. Follow me, okay? Thank you. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Thinking out the box, thinking out the box. Share the video and subscribe. Check out my links below if you want to support this channel in any way. I have a Patreon and a GoFundMe. So let's do it. Okay, so I have 2 cups again of Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. Let me show you the box. Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. Now I got this large box at Sam's Club, but you can get the smaller boxes. So you want to get maybe 2 or 3 boxes and then measure it out to 2 cups. Okay, this is 1 cup, 2 cups. So we added 2 cups of Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. Okay, all right, now we're going to add 2 eggs. So if you got the box of corn muffin mix, it calls for 1 egg. So if you get 2 boxes, it's 2 eggs, right? So that's what we're using, two eggs. I'm just beating it so it all become one. Okay, now we're going to add some light cream. And this is a pint, and I have about a half a pint left in here. Light cream, a half of a pint. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some in and mix that first. Okay, now I'm going to add some chicken base to it. You may not have, I have the paste form, but you may have powdered, or you may have chicken bouillon cubes. If you have the bouillon cubes, you got to add a little water and break it down, okay? Alright, so I'm going to add a half a teaspoon. Just to give it some flavor. Okay, I think I have a couple of drops of cream in here. I think I'm going to just go ahead and add the whole half of a pint. So now we have a total half of a pint in here, alright? Okay, to me this is a little watery, and I'm not liking that. So I'm going to add a half of a cup more of corn muffin mix. So remember, we started with 2 cups. Now we're going to go with 2.5 cups. 2.5 cups of corn muffin mix, okay? So I have my 1 cup here. I'm going to go half. That's my half cup. So now I have 2.5 cups of corn muffin mix in there. 2.5 cups. Ah, that feels better. Okay. Now I just want to clean up my mess. Okay, so this is the pan that we're going to be using to bake it in. So let's go ahead and put some oil. This is olive oil. I'm going to put a little olive oil in there in the bottom. I'll show you. Like so. Okay, and then you're going to just mix it all around the bottom and cover all the edge all the way up. Okay, and if you have any little excess, that's okay. Alright, now we're going to add the oil to the cornbread. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to mix that up. And we're going to count to 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 tablespoons total of olive oil. You know, bread you always have to have, well, it's good to have some kind of oil or butter, something to lubricate it, if the recipe calls for it. Okay, now, so now, here we go with our mix. This is how it's going to get interesting, guys. Okay, so here's our pan and here's our cornbread, right? I'm going to pour just half of this in the bottom. Okay, that's half. Alright, so now we have our cornbread as our base in the bottom. This is a half of a small cabbage, okay? So we're going to put the cabbage in. You want to do it with your hand because you want to make sure every part of the cornbread get the cabbage. Okay. Let me show you that. So we have the oil, olive oil, the cornbread, and the cabbage so far, right? Okay. Now, we want to add, here's our apricot preserved. Apricot preserved. Okay. This is it here. This is about a half of a cup. So I'm gonna melt this a little, just a tiny little bit. I want to show you that so you can see how much water I'm adding. 1 second. Okay, I have some water here. Okay, so I have the water here. I have a tablespoon. Let's add 1 tablespoon, and we're going to do baby steps. So we're just going to add and mix, until we get it to a liquid point, but not, we still want it to be really thick. So you don't want to add a lot. Okay, let me show you this so far. See? But it's still a little thick, right? See how that's going? So let's add 1 more. I had spilt some in there, so we're on 2 tablespoons so far, guys. Okay, I think I'm good. Let me show you. See? It's running off pretty fast, but still coating the spoon, right? See? So we're good. 2 tablespoons of water did the trick. Okay, let's bring our pan back down. And we're going to put half of the apricot preserve over the cabbage. Okay? Drizzle it over the cabbage. Let me show you that. Okay. Alright, now I cut up some diced potatoes, 1 large potato, like this. Okay. And I cooked them and drained them. Okay. So they are soft. If you take one and pinch, you see it's soft, right? Drop one. Okay. So now we're going to put the potatoes over the apricot preserve and cabbage, here and there. So when we finish with this dish, all you're going to need is your meat. You're going to have your bread here, your vegetable, and your starch. Okay, it's all in. There's the potatoes on top of the cabbage and apricots. Okay, so now we're going to put the balance of the apricot preserve over the potatoes. Let's turn our oven on 400. Okay, now I didn't put any seasonings on the cabbage or the potatoes because the cornbread is something that's sweet, the Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix, and the apricot preserve, okay? So at this point, I think I want to just put a little adobo on there. Adobo, not a lot, just a drop, because we want the sweet taste to come through. Okay, that's enough. You can see I put very, very little on here. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put the rest of the cornbread. And you see I'm pushing it to the edge so that I cover everything with the cornbread. Just lightly pushing on the top. Don't go deep. There we go, guys. And that's what we're looking like. Okay? How about that, huh? So let's recap. We have some olive oil on the bottom, and then we have cornbread, and then we have the cabbage, apricot preserve, potatoes, apricot preserve, cornbread on the top. And now we're going to bake this in the oven on 400 until it's done. You know when it's done, when you can, it's brown on the top, and you can take a butter knife and stick it in, and it comes out clean. Okay? Alright, I'll bring you back. Thanks. Let me give you the word of the day. The word of the day is, don't be quick to make financial decisions that will cause you to have that financial problem for years to come. You want to stop, think things through for a long time. You know, sleep on it. Think about it for maybe even a month or a couple of months or even weeks until you are comfortable with that idea. And if some ifs come in your mind, like maybe I can afford it now, but things are really tight right now. Should I do it or shouldn't I do it? That's a if. Or maybe so-and-so said that they'll help me pay this bill. And you know so-and-so is not dependable. That's a if. You get the idea? Okay, so think through financial concerns or financial purchases before you actually make a move, because You don't want to regret that later. And once you sign the dotted line, you're on the hook for X number of years, and you may or may not can afford to do that. That's the word of the day. Okay guys, take a look. Let me let you see another view. This is our stuffed cornbread with cabbage, potatoes, and apricot preserve. Whoa, let's taste. Can't wait to taste this one. That apricot came rushing right through. Oh boy, did that lift up the flavor. Oh my goodness, my goodness. I almost can't taste the cabbage at all. I taste the potatoes, but we know the cabbage is in there because we put it in there. It's really, really good. Now that might be a good way that you can get the kids to eat their vegetables. They won't even know they're eating cabbage. Oh, you gotta try that one. Really, really, really good. This is a #1 in my book. This is awesome. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, give it a thumbs up if you like it. I give it a thumbs up. Share the video, subscribe if this is your first time on my channel, and check out my links below. See if you want to support this channel in any way. And until next time, it's a pleasure serving you. Thank you. Bye-bye.